Hello again, folks, and welcome to Black Bear Outdoors and our very first review of a rifle-mounted flashlight. Now, today we're going to be looking at the Odin Mini from Olight. Before we get into it, though, I have to preface this with a little story of how it came to find a new home on our current go-to critter rifle. So, we're living out here in the country. You learn how to store your firearms safely, securely, and obviously legally. But you also learn how to get to them very quickly if needs be, because there's quite a lot of dangerous things out here. Our area is very famous for, coyotes, wolves, and even the occasional cougar. So about 2 weeks ago, at about 2 a.m., it sounded like a velociraptor was trying to rip off the back of my house. So executing my best ninja moves, I got to my critter gun and I went outside to investigate. Now, I realized out there, to my shock, that I couldn't see a thing and I was incredibly vulnerable. So that highlighted to me the essential need of a flashlight mounted to your go-to critter gun. And that's how it came about there. Now, again, it could have been anything from a tiny little porcupine to a coyote, to a wolf, to even a cougar. And to this day, I still don't know what it was. Probably just a porcupine. All right, guys, so we're going to take it inside, take a closer look at it. So stay tuned. All right, folks, now that we've got the Olight Odin Mini on the table, we're going to take a closer look at it. I'm wearing my blue gloves because, again, under these lights, fingerprints are highlighted like you wouldn't believe. So if you ever want to solve a crime, just bring it over here and we'll find all the fingerprints for you. Not that this is really important, but Olight actually made an effort with the packaging. And I know it sounds silly, but makes me feel good and gives me the warm fuzzies inside. So you'll see, for example, it says there, "Thank you for being a part of the Olight family. Your support is why we do this. Enjoy." So that's pretty nice. So inside the box, you're going to find everything you need to get started with all the instructions on this weird yellow plasticky thing. You've got your flashlight. You have the mounting hardware here, which is pretty awesome. All the screws and even a little Allen key that you're going to need. And your magnetic charger and a tape switch. So let's start by taking a look at the flashlight itself. So the flashlight itself has an all-metal construction with its little mounting unit there. And it's pretty durable, and we'll show you what it can endure in just a minute. It also has a IPX8 waterproof rating, which means you can dump this in the water and pretty much leave it there and it'll keep going. Now, at the back here, you're going to see it's got a multifunction end cap, right? So if you press it once, like a light press, very similar to a camera focus, you'll get the 200 lumens version. And if you do a hard press, you get the 1250, right? Just be aware, if you do use the tape switch, you do not have that option. Tape switch is 1250 only, right? Size-wise, it's nice and compact. I like that, especially because I'm using it on a bullpup rifle. And it only adds something like 6.2 ounces or something of weight to the front of it. So that's pretty neat as well. So taking a look at the tape switch, which is included, it is magnetic, so it'll automatically snap into the back there. But don't worry about it accidentally coming off, because if you push it forward, it locks it into place and it's not going to go anywhere. If you pull that back, then it comes off again, right? I'm not going to use the tape switch, which is kind of a shame, but it's because I got it on the bullpup rifle, and the way it's situated, it's right on my thumb, so very convenient. The charging unit is also magnetic, so it'll just stick to the back there. You can plug it into any USB, and it's got a little LED light there that'll indicate whether it's charging or whether it's fully charged or what the situation is. Another neat feature is this little mounting hardware that it comes with. It is M-LOK, and it comes with all the screws and stuff that you need for it. It's also quite innovative because it's got this little locking button there. If it's in the unlocked position, you hold the button down, and then you can just slide the flashlight into it, locks it in place, turn it, and then you can't get it out, right? However, if you turn it back to the unlock position, hit the button, the flashlight slides out without you having to remove your mounting hardware. Now, unfortunately, my T97's rail is a little bit out of spec, I'm sure, because what happens is when you mount it at the exact spot where I'm mounting it, it prevents the flashlight from sliding back, but I don't think that'll be a problem with any other rifle, or if you mount it in a different position on the T97. Now, the modes that this has, if you are using your flashlight at full blast at the 1250 lumens setting, it is going to give you 6 minutes of runtime. Then it'll automatically go down to 900 lumens for the next 11 minutes, then to 700 lumens for the next 39 minutes, and then to 200 lumens for another 14 minutes. If you just use it on the 200 lumens setting, using the end cap here, it'll give you 5 hours of runtime, right? So ample for our purposes. So guys, I've seen people do some horrible things to these lights. I am not going to do that because I paid good money for it. But what I am going to do is I'll roll in some footage to show you how this thing has been tortured and how it survived. All right, folks, now that we have our Odin Mini reinstalled on our go-to critter gun, all that's left to do is wait for nightfall, and we'll check out the beam patterns. Stay tuned. All right, folks, so here we are outside in the dark, and we have a tree line that's about 35 yards ahead of us. So we're going to go with the low setting first. And that's the 200 lumens, and that's about 35 yards ahead of us. And we're going to switch over to the 1250. You can see it makes a ton of light for a small little light like that. Pretty impressive. So, all right, guys, inside the house, if you want to see if there's anybody lurking in the corner and you don't want to burn their retinas out, use the low setting. Oh, we can see it's Bob there in the corner, so nothing to be worried about. Next, we're going to try the 1250 setting. Oh, if Bob wasn't wearing his protective gear, he would have been blind as a bat right now. All right, folks, there you have it. Our final thoughts on the Olight Odin Mini. It certainly can light up Valhalla, and it is definitely an essential piece of kit for your go-to critter gun. If I had it on my rifle 2 weeks ago, I would probably know what was outside my house that night. So guys, if you enjoyed our video or learned something new, please give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave us a comment down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, this will all be on the next screen. If you're watching this on Rumble, please hit that plus button. I think it's somewhere around here for a Rumble. And there will also be like a green subscribe button around the frame somewhere. All right, folks, y'all stay safe, and we'll see you next time.